Hello, I'm Bailey, and today I'm going to be making a hanging plant wall. This is a simple project, but it has a big impact. I made the hanging can wall a bit ago and wanted to make a version that was larger for my planting nook. I got these supplies at Lowe's. This project worked out to be around $37 for the supplies I didn't already have, and I have plenty of spray paint and rope left over. So I hope this is useful to you if you're on a budget. I picked up rope. The rope is synthetic polyester clothesline, 1/4 inch for 100 feet. The paint is Rust-Oleum Universal Hammered Black. The screws are 1/4 inch by 5 inch. I'll be using my lighter for the rope so the ends don't fray. I checked my wall and did not have any studs, so I'm using drywall anchors. I had these already. I made sure the threads would fit snugly but not too snug. I have scissors, and later I use a drill, hammer, masking tape, and measuring tape. Here's what my nook looked like before. To start, I removed the labels on the hooks. There was some residue, so I gave them a quick scrub. Then I grabbed an old box and twisted them into the cardboard until they were secure. This makes painting them much simpler. You could always wear a rubber glove and spray while holding it, but this works much better in my experience. Next, I head outside to an unprecious area of the yard and get to spray. I walk around the hooks while spraying, trying to make sure I'm not missing any spots. I ended up doing a touch-up spray after this and let the paint dry for around 2 hours while I worked on the plant hangers and had breakfast. So I'm going to show you an 8-foot loop I made as practice. I ended up deciding it was too short of a hanger for my vision. Now this is a 12-foot loop I made. This would be fine for a larger pot, but for these 6-inch pots, it was way too long. I figured since 8 was too short and 12 was too long, that 10 would work pretty well. So I used my table as a measure. Knowing that it was 4 feet wide, I eyeballed 2.5 table lengths. Instead of cutting the rope, I used a lighter. This cuts it and keeps the ends from fraying at the same time. Next, I tied the ends of the loop together. I was learning as I was going, and this attempt was wonky because I didn't pay attention to the proportions of the little twist at the beginning. I messed with it for a while, but here is a way easier way to keep the proportion. Start by laying out your big loop. Then twist the little loop. Lay the pot on the twist and lift the little loop up to the side of the pot. You want to make sure the little loop reaches about 3/4 of the way up the side of the pot. Next, do a second twist and then pinch the twists in place. Take the big loop, feed it through the little loop, and back through itself. Tighten it down and check to see if the little loop still reaches 3/4. Notice the plus shape you just created. Try to maintain this shape. Next, bring the big loop over and feed it through the small loop. Leaving some wings on the sides. You can check these for 3/4 height as well. Now bring the big loop back over the plant, then feed the big loop through the wing. Ta-da! Next, I planned out where I was going to place the hooks. I started by sketching the wall, then put in my measurements. I had the idea of evenly staggering 3 rows with 2 hooks, 3 hooks, and then 2 hooks, so I divided up the space. I measured the 10-foot loop hanger with a 6-inch pot, and it worked out to be around 20 inches long. I started with 6 inches down from the ceiling and another 6 in the same row. I was going to do 26 inches for the hanger and then a 6-inch offset. But this looked odd when I mapped it out in real life. So I ended up only accounting for the 20 inches, and the stagger made it so they didn't overlap. Here's what the points look like on the wall with the masking tape. Next, I grab my drill and anchor. The bit I'm using is a little too small, so to adjust for this, I waller out the hole by swirling my drill a little bit. The tape doubles as a paint saver, but remember to take it off before beating in the anchor, or else it will become difficult to remove. Now gently get your hammer and put the anchor in. It's really easy to bend or bulge plastic anchors, so be gentle. Next, I get one of my hooks. I start twisting it by hand, but it becomes too difficult, so I try the handle trick my husband showed me. But this was difficult to keep engaged, so I switched to scissors. I use a thin rag as a protection for the paint, and then I twist the scissors with tension to turn the hook. Here is that process again from the side. And here is what my Nook looks all put together. Thank you for watching me today. Please like this video and subscribe to Art by Bailey. Thank you for watching. God bless.